lesson, we will be interpreting double bar graphs. What do you usually eat for breakfast? Students across Canada answered that question. And so we have two different charts here. So we have the typical answers of 100 boys and 100 girls. So grain products, milk products, vegetables and fruit, meat, other, or no breakfast. And grain products, milk products, vegetables and fruit, meat, other, and no breakfast. So some students eat more than one type of food. If I want to look at these two graphs and I want to compare them, it's kind of difficult because I have to try and line up and write down numbers for each one of these things. And some of these numbers are not easy. So for example, on this one here, it's above 70, but less than 80. So when I look at this, I know that I have to be somewhere probably about 73, 74 maybe. And so I'm doing a bit of guessing. So we can make some assumptions or some get ideas from this graph. So we know that more students eat grain products than any other food. And my guess is that lots of students eat cereal or oatmeal for breakfast. And so that's probably why grain products are pretty high there. And most students eat breakfast, but some do not. So although most students do eat something, some don't in both cases. A double bar graph displays two sets of data at once. You can use the graph to make comparisons between the data sets. So horizontal is across and vertical is up. We're going to talk a little bit about that. So when I look at the graph like this and I have it color coded, it's a lot easier to see which group eats more of each of those types of breakfast foods. So the title, What We Eat for Breakfast, is what the graph is about. The horizontal axis, this one here, which goes across, is the different types of breakfast food. And the vertical axis shows how many students eat each food. The scale is 1 square represents 10 students. So for every square I go up, 10 students indicated that they ate that product for breakfast. The double bar graph has a legend that tells us what the two colors represent. So the green and the red each have a different meaning, and those are explained in the legend, which is right here. From the double bar graph, we know that more boys than girls have meat for breakfast, and more girls than boys have no breakfast. So the green bar here, more meat, is the green bar, and no breakfast is the red bar. Any bar graph may be drawn with its bars horizontal instead of vertical. So I could take this graph and I could actually flip it on its side and it would tell me the same type of information. I have some practice questions here for you to interpret bar graphs. Try them out. Let me know if you have any issues, and I will see you in the next lesson.